Hello to all the beautiful universal love law makers out there. I just wanted to let you guys know something before I head out and be with my family. First and foremost, I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are in a good space mentally. It is the 4th of July weekend, so people are going crazy. But I have a message for you all today because, I care about y'all and I want y'all to know that. And yeah, so first and foremost, I don't know who need to hear this, but have more discernment, please. I feel like a lot of people do not have discernment. Like, I talk about this on my channel like all the time. I always talk about having discernment. I always talk about just using your gut instincts when it comes to people, places, and things, and strengthening yourself here mentally, having an awareness about your spirituality, your strength, your fears, your limitations, how far you're willing to go, that inner child work that needs to be done. I always talk to people about this so that they could become stronger people in spirit, okay? Because I don't think a lot of people know this, but as above, so below. So you have, just like we have a physical fleshly body here, our souls always go the the higher realms, even in when we're alive, not just when we go, like. And you got to know that what you do here in physical and physicality, all the work that you're doing here on yourself, all the discernment that you have from others, not being easily manipulated, easily misled, understanding that your mind creates a lot of your own ideas that still support ultimate truth. Once you realize that this is an opportunity to strengthen yourself as above, in those higher realms in spirit, the unphysical, you would take your life more serious every day. You will be aware of what are you watching. Are you watching stuff that is not positive or conducive to your lifestyle changing into a better version of yourself? Are you listening to music that is just all evil and has no love in it, no vibrations of awareness, no vibrations of connectivity? I understand, sometimes we want to listen to some, hardcore music and shit like that, but at the same time, too much of that, you're exposing your mind to this type of information. Like, what you have around you is free propaganda. You have the ability to completely influence your mind, you know what I'm saying, with your actions and with your free will, what you choose to expose yourself to. So, like, are you a fake spiritual person, or are you a real person that is living in spirit day in, day out, meaning in tune with your inner self, in tune with the messages that you're getting? I get confirmation all the time. When it happens, it's so regular now because I'm so in tune that I'll be like, thank you, spirit. I'll be on my phone playing dominoes while I hear something, and it made a connection to something that stood out to me, and I'm like, thank you, spirit. Like, just boom, boom, boom. Like, I'm so in tune. They work with me, I work with them. We know what we doing here. I know what I'm doing here, right? So ultimately, I just want to let y'all know that y'all might not know, but every day you wake up, you got to live as if it's your last day, and that you got a lot to do on earth. Don't think fearful, like, oh my God, like I'm going to die. Don't think like that. I'm just saying, put as much as you can into every day that you live in, because it's going to push you towards your greatest fears. It's going to push you to your uncomfortability. It's going to push you into these times in your life that you realize this shit is not easy, and that's when you're on the brink of something great. That's when you're on the brink of rising your vibration into a new state of being, okay? Because every time you elevate your life, it's a new level. So you realize that you're not really that smart. You be like, oh shit, I went to school for 5 years for this, and then you realize, damn, it's still more to learn. Like, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's just set in stone. It's always probabilities and outcomes for new understanding and levels in life. So if you are a person that is really taking your spiritual journey serious, then I would assume that you would be every day working on yourself, every day in tune with your spirituality, every day asking your spirit guides questions about yourself, every day working on something that is going to elevate you in your spiritual world, in your inner world, because what you doing down here really impacts what you are up there in the cosmos. People, like, some people are really strange and weird, but do not doubt or underestimate who they are in spirit. And that's why there's a situation that happened with the famous twins. There was the two young ladies, they're twins, and they do rapping and stuff. So basically it was a whole situation where one of the twins had got into it with the other twins' boyfriend. The boyfriend pistol whipped her with a gun and then bust her face open. And then the twin stayed with the the boyfriend. And so then the twin was mad. Come to find out, the sister and the boyfriend was setting the twin that got hit in the face up for her, like, unemployment, due to the times and shit and back pay. So it ended in a horrible mess. Anyone that is following that story, where the young lady that got, hurt and manipulated by all these people, by her sister and her sister's boyfriend, she went to her stepfather and was like, you got to handle this, you got to stop this. And then they went over there and with the hopes of pushing up on them and making a change, and like, you gonna say sorry, or you gonna get hurt for this. And then the stepfather died. So now the twins are both living a life of guilt, shame, and because of what they caused. You know what I'm saying? Like, what they caused. Every action has a reaction. Like, you gotta understand, like, people, you can't play with your life. Like, you gotta understand how powerful you are, how divine you are, how connected you are, how much you have to bring forth to the world. It's a purpose why you're here. There's certain people that are literally summoned to be here, okay? That choose lifestyles, hardships, complications in early childhood just so that they can remember who they are on a soul level. And once a person can step into their divinity and walk in that, in their physical flesh, with no demi-urges, no lower vibrational urges controlling them. And if they do have lower root desires and urges, they do it with complete control and dominion over their lower self versus being controlled and possessed, right? I'll get into that too. I'm gonna do a video about that. But when you stand in your truth, there is no right, there is no wrong. When you stand in your truth and you know what your soul is capable of and not capable of. I said to myself when that, with the twins, I said, why would she go over there trying to be this big, bad, hard type of girl? Like, that's not in you. What did you needed things to go to this level of extremes, to the point where you lost your stepfather and now you living it with guilt. You lost your sister because y'all not cool. Just to realize that this is not who you are meant to be. This is not the life that you're meant to experience. And it's really shady that people come here and forget how divine they are, or they forget what they are in spirit. It's really shady how we are designed, like, especially the new generation, how they're influenced by this music, and then females want to be super masculine. They want to be hard. They want to set people up. They want to get people, taken out and all of this hard, want to be hard stuff. And I'm like, I get it. I get some of it because, it is they generation. But part of this generation, we have to acknowledge the fact that it is mass manipulation. Is an intention in why our music is the way it is in our culture. It's an intention why the crime rates are at an all-time high. Drill music is influencing people to be like corrupt ass murderers. and they're embracing an inner demonic energy that is not for them. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have angelic guides that are trying to show you. You know what you do? You trade over to the other underworld, and now your guides are not the same kind of guides. Now it's my darkness against your darkness. And that's a really dark world to get into. That is not for everybody. And that's why I say I would, like, when it comes to the underworld of things, and when it comes to, like, me, I was always in the ghetto. Like, so when I was growing up and stuff, I was just so in tune with the spirituality of the dark side of the underworld and the urban community. Like, I just knew when things, because I like the eyes have always been the window to the soul for me. So when I was growing up, and you know, it was then certain girls that was no good, it was certain guys that was no good. It was those certain guys and girls that were good but did bad things, because it was just the culture. You know what I'm saying? But their heart was good. There was those real shady, smirkish people that you knew to stay away from. It was just something in their energy, in their aura field, that you knew that it was beyond the physical with them. The entities that they are working with are possessing them at times, utilizing them as a vessel at times. And when, with my awareness so sharp and keen to this, I realized that my voice is powerful. The snap, the intention in my snap is just complete protection over me and mine and anything within a 50-yard radius of me and beyond. That I am protected and I am divinely connected to a force that is of love, harmony, understanding, intelligence, and connected to source, divinely and virtuously. When you put that intention to the world, and you know it, and nothing can change that. It's just like, you know, when you've been in these type of experiences that you've felt powerless at times, because the people that you are around, the way situations played out. I do not regret what I was born into, because I knew what I was born into is what was going to get me to where I am today. To where I have an understanding of many cultures, many backgrounds. I have a understanding of the soul and where a soul is, who a soul is, what kind of energy a soul is working with. I'm just divinely in tune. But that doesn't mean I'm perfect. I'm still working on myself every day. There's aspects of me that I'm here to work out, to strengthen. It's like a muscle. We have to strengthen these aspects of ourselves. But I say all that to say, when you operating in life, you have to be intentional. You have to know that every moment in your life has to be living in the now. It cannot be a focus on the past, cannot be a focus on the future. And if it does, you got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes to get out of it and let yourself feel what you feel. Reconstruct your thoughts. And my thing is, don't allow negative thoughts and feelings to creep in and subside in you if you didn't create a space for you to endure those emotions and question and reflect. If you didn't create a space for you to work on yourself, work on your younger self, then why would you allow those thoughts to come in like that? Do you know how entities attack people? Do you know how forces attack people? With your thoughts that are not even yours. So that's why I say, like, when it comes to your protection, your authority, your connection to your guides, to your ancestors, to your angels, You got to utilize this like every day. If you are truly on your walk of spirituality and blind faith and manifestation and understanding of the world and how it operates, the universe and how it operates, souls and people and how they operate on an individual level, on a micro level, on a macro level, on a world view. When you enter into this world of metaphysical science, when you enter into this world of desiring and opening up Pandora's box, you have to do it in levels, increments, and you have to do it with fearlessness, blind faith, and protection. I'm here with protection over me, and you got to stand in that. Living your life is important, and live your best life. Connect with your families. Make time for the real ones. Make time for your loved ones. Don't get lost in a world of spirituality, because some people, let me tell you too, they get so lost in this walk of spirituality that they don't even have an identity outside of that. They don't even have, like, I mean, yeah, you're supposed to be who you are at all times, but who are you outside of metaphysical science, astrology, spirituality, ancient Kemet? Like, if you don't have anything else to talk about or do, that's not good. Even though there's no such thing as good, bad, nothing, like, but I'm just saying, like, that's too tight. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to who you are, like, develop yourself and develop your spirituality in levels, but never lose sight of your essence, your soul, like your spirit energy, your essence. That's what you're here to bring forth to the world. And live your life to the fullest, but every moment in your life, live in the now. Meaning becoming more in tune with that gut feeling within you, so that anybody in front of you, any energy around you, you are discerning it, you are dissecting it, you are really becoming in tune with the frequencies that you're engaging in. Not with the judgmental mind, like, I know you're a bad person, or I know you're a good person. No, just for what it is. What is it in front of me? What is this? Who are you? What are you about? Are you virtuous? Do you have holes in you somewhere that I'm sensing and picking up on? Do you have intentions that are selfish? What is you about? Becoming in tune with that. When you strengthen this here, you're also strengthening that up there. You are strengthening your soul, your spirit. Because you could be in multiple places at one time. Like, just because a person is in the physical flesh do not mean that you're not in another timeline, in another alternate universe, is what the sophisticated people like to say. But in another realm, another space, another reality, there's fragments of your soul essence that is experiencing things on a higher consciousness, on a level where there is no time, there is no physicality. There's a whole nother things happening simultaneously while we are in these physical bodies, while we are in these physical fleshes. So it's just very important to be in tune with ourselves, okay? And so now my neighbors playing music. But anyways, I think it's a good time for me to get off. I hope you guys were able to take something from what I'm saying today and just incorporate it into your consciousness. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Like I said before, don't even trust everything I say. You got to have discernment with any and everybody. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Be the creator of your own thoughts, your own opinions, and become strong in spirit if you are really about this walk of truth and destiny for self, not for this group of people, or no, for self. Because when you work on self, you work on the collective. We're all connected. Okay? But yeah, all right. I hope you guys take care. Have a great weekend. Peace.